Hi everyone, I'm Julie Webb, and this is a special edition of Asterisk Live. Today I have joining me David Duffett, who is our Asterisk Community, Worldwide Community Director for Asterisk, and James Body from Truphone, who is a regular at AstriCon, and also is the creator and inventor of one of our very special features we do at AstriCon called Dangerous Demos. So, David, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can get this hangout started.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Julie. It's a pleasure to be here. James is over there live in England, and although I'm a Brit, I'm live in Huntsville, Alabama at the moment. I'll just turn the camera around so people can see out of the lovely Digium window there.
Oh,
beautiful scenery to look out on, and we're having a great time. James, we'll get on to the nature of dangerous demos in a minute, but I often refer to you as legendary Brit and AstriCon veteran, James Body. Tell us how long you've been coming to AstriCon.
It seems like I had hair when I started at AstriCon, yeah, and a waistline. Look at me now. No, it was a long, long time ago, and I remember the first time I met a very youthful Mark Spencer, and he was very, very young at the time, and I thought, this guy is definitely onto something. Very exciting. And I was sucked into it, and here I am. It must be, what, how many years later? 12 years later? Something like that. And we're still going. We haven't grown up yet.
So which was your first AstriCon, James?
Whew. You know, I can't remember. It was one in the States, and then we did at one of the very few AstriCons in Europe, in Madrid. Do you remember? Did you do that one?
I didn't go to that one, but that was a very early one. That would have been about 2004, 2005.
Yeah, and that organised by Ulla Johansson. It's the first time I met him as well. That was very entertaining.
And
in Madrid.
Soulmates these days, aren't you? You and Ulla.
Yeah, we could pass for brothers. He's my evil twin. But clearly, I'm much better looking than he is.
So you've been coming for a while. What is it that keeps you coming back, James, every year?
Well, it's mainly the people, actually. You find that the AstriCon community are really a bunch of super people, but they're all people who do stuff, who contribute, who make things happen. And these days, even though we've moved away a bit from the original Truphone core business, which used to be mobile voice over IP, we're now a full mobile network operator, a global one. We still meet and deal with a lot of people who just still come to the Asterisk events. They're a great way of networking, great way of getting to know people. And if you're looking for something that you looking to do something, you don't know how to do it, without a doubt you'll find somebody at AstriCon who will be able to help you.
Yes, so that is one of the wonderful things, and the kind of icing on the cake is not only you meet these people who are doing all these different things, but they're more than willing, they're very open in sharing and telling you what they've been up to. Even if they're not the ones doing the talks, you know, in the hallway, people are talking about the different things they've been up to and sharing stories. So, yes, it's a great place to come and commune with the Asterisk community. And of course, Asterisk itself as a technology has evolved over all of those years, because when you were first involved, it probably was at that kind of software PBX end of the market, but over the years it's grown into something that allows us to create scalable, redundant...
Absolutely. Asterisk has evolved and improved immeasurably over the years. I mean, in the early days, we used to have this thing we used to call the Asterisk wall. I mean, you get your Asterisk installation, you go up to about 400 concurrent users. Then you used to hit the wall just like a marathon runner, and the whole thing would go and die on you. And that's when we came up with the concept of using SIP Express Router, as was in those days, as a way of running arrays of Asterisk, so that we didn't hit the Asterisk wall and we could scale things. But of course, Asterisk has improved so much these days that you can get away without all the heavy-duty scaling tricks we used to have to play. So that is good. And Asterisk has grown all kinds of new functionality as well. I'm just looking around here. Little things like something I've been playing with recently is Chan Dongle. This is where you can take one of these little Huawei cheapest chips dongles and plug it into an Asterisk installation, and use that to give you a GSM trunk to do voice and SMS as well. And then you've got little things like this. You can put Asterisk on little processors like this as well, and input them and things. So many things you can do with Asterisk.
Yes.
It's brilliant. I love Asterisk.
It gets in everywhere, and in fact, you were talking about the number of concurrent calls there in the old days at 400, and the very Ulle Johansson that you mentioned earlier accepted a challenge at one AstriCon to see who could get the most calls running on a single machine, and I think he topped out at about 11,500 calls on a single machine, and that was not down to the capacity of Asterisk, that was down to the capacity of his gigabit Ethernet, because he filled it all up with conversations. And of course, as you know, James, because we both go along to the Camelio or Cama-Ilio world together, and I should say that Cama-Ilio will also be represented at AstriCon, both in a number of talks and in the open source showcase. People regularly use those technologies together to create systems that can scale to tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands.
Indeed, that's worth mentioning. AstriCon is more than just Asterisk now. You get all the other bits of the ecosystem that work with Asterisk to make it even better. They all turn up as well. So it's more than just Asterisk, isn't it?
Yep, indeed. This year we're hoping to have 6 different open source projects all come along, including for the first time exhibiting in the open source showcase, FreeSwitch.
Hey! Well, FreeSwitch it was born out of Asterisk anyway, wasn't it? Anthony Minasala, the lead developer of FreeSwitch, was originally one of the original Asterisk developer teams, but team members. But it's good to see them turning up, and believe it or not, we still use both Asterisk and FreeSwitch working together, but for completely different purposes. And I'm not going to tell you what we use Asterisk for, because
you can't give away too much secret sauce there, James. So
lots of secret sauce.
Perhaps we
Far
should
too dangerous.
Turn our attentions over to dangerous demos now, because this is something that you created and has become a roaring success everywhere you go. But
you want to know the background to it?
Yes.
The background to it is that I kept on coming back to AstriCon, and each year, rather than pay to get in, I did talks.
The truth is coming out now, isn't it?
Oh, the truth is coming out, yeah. And it was becoming increasingly difficult to come up with thrilling and original material. I thought, I've got to do something which is smart and clever, which actually I don't actually have to do that much work with. And it was Ben Clang doing a particularly dangerous demo with I think a drone. He tried to take somebody's head off in the front row when he was demonstrating a drone and controlling it from a mobile phone through Asterisk with DTMF tones. And at that time, a sudden flash of light, and we said, I know, let's run dangerous demos where people can demonstrate fun things that they built or doing with Asterisk, or something else, in fact. And we'll do that as a quick fire type competition, and we'll award some prizes. And so I can't remember, was it an AstriCon we did the very first dangerous demo? I can't remember.
I think it might have been, although you have transported the concept to other places as well. And of course the danger is not just the physical danger of somebody getting hurt, but it's also the danger of complex demos that might not work properly as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. And we have a special prize called the Crash and Burn prize for the most ridiculously dangerous demo that goes wrong. And we've had some really good prize winners, including the great Phil Zimmerman, Mr. PGP himself, or ZRTP. And and don't forget, Phil Zimmerman is the 12th most important person in the history of computing.
Amazing.
Phil told me himself, and to see him nonplussed and completely crash and burn and capture it on video was a real treat, I tell you. But he cheered up a lot when we gave him his prize, and we have some pretty nice prizes. We've got laser etched crystal prizes, which we hand out for these. And
They're very nice. I can vouch for this because I've been the receiver of one of those prizes as well at last year's ClueCon, when
Yes,
I
you did.
demonstrated Asterisk running on a Raspberry Pi, doing WebRTC, but powered by a free switch battery pack at the time.
It was just a wonderfully technically clever demo, which had audience participation as well, and also the political message was very good. This is Asterisk and Free Switch working together, and we liked that a lot.
Yes, that was good. And our own Matt Jordan has also been the recipient of one of the laser etched prizes.
And yeah, not for want of trying though. And for once, he managed to do a dangerous demo which didn't include howling monkeys, and he won. So there's a moral there. You can't. It's difficult to win with howling monkeys.
Yeah. Now the laser etched prizes are lovely, but we've decided to up the stakes this year and throw in some extra prizes. And I'll just give you a little bit of background. Don't tell anybody. But we had these prizes earmarked for the fastest dude to the dial tone, but because of the success and excitement of Dangerous Demos, we've decided we're going to put everything into Dangerous Demos this year. And so I can announce the heavyweight, wrong way round, the heavyweight Bluetooth speaker. And if weight is anything to go by, this one is a particularly bad boy of a Bluetooth speaker. The Fitbit, looking like that as well.
Yeah, looking like this one.
Rather like that one, and the set of Bose headphones. All of these three items are going into James Body's Dangerous Demos prize bag to be allocated at AstriCon. So the stakes are definitely up. The demos are going to be even more dangerous. And as I put in a recent blog article, you can almost smell the fear already, James.
Now, well, question for you: are we going to have a venue that's big enough this year? Because I recall last time we physically couldn't fit any more people into the room.
Well over 100 in there, but I think Julie has news on this.
Well, because Dangerous Demo has become such a hugely popular event at AstriCon, we are currently working on moving Dangerous Demos into our general session area. So if you've been to AstriCon before, the general session area is where typically the keynotes would be held in the morning. And so we're moving Dangerous Demos into a larger area, primarily so that we can seat more people, but also so that the folks who are doing Dangerous Demos a lot of times like to demonstrate. I mean, last year we had a robotic dog. And by having it up on a stage, the people in the audience will be able to see what's going on better. So
yes,
that's
from last year. Let us not forget the Bluetooth-enabled toothbrush either. That Tim Pant and Asterisk.
For me, actually, it was the robotic dog who was voiced by Alison, was the clear winner. I mean, the Bluetooth-enabled toothbrush system, which intercepted calls on your PBX to tell callers that you were brushing your teeth, and then estimated the amount of time left before you could take the call, was clever. But the robotic dog with Alison telling the owner that he's a clever geeky was even better, I thought.
Yes. Yes.
It was beautiful.
It
was a work of art.
Great. Okay, so of course we shouldn't let the opportunity go of mentioning when AstriCon is and where it's going to be. This year we're heading out to Glendale, Arizona, which is a great venue for those of us that come over from Europe, because Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport is pretty much a direct flight from most places, and then it's just a short taxi ride or minibus or whatever over to the Glendale Renaissance Hotel. And Julie, do you want to tell us about the dates?
The dates are September 27th through the 29th. The passes this year, you can register at www.astricon.net. We have the regular session pass, a single session or a single person for $740, and we also have the Diamond Pass, where you can pay one price and send 4 people from your company for one price, which is very helpful.
Why didn't you have the Diamond Pass years ago? Because we would have certainly signed up to that. But you've got it now, so yeah.
Well, there's so much great content.
Yeah, it means I probably would have been forced to think up all these things to come and speak about if we had a Diamond Pass. But
I know Dangerous Demos might not exist if we'd had a Diamond Pass years ago.
Absolutely.
That would be tragic.
Indeed.
And
but people can still submit. It's probably too late for this year, but next year you can come back and and submit an interesting and entertaining talk, can't you?
Yes.
And who actually moderates those, David?
You mean who moderates?
Who selects who selects the content?
That would be primarily me, James. I do have help when tough decisions need to be made, but usually the sessions that are going to be the best ones just kind of stand out head and shoulders above the rest. I can tell you that we've got more than 50 amazing talks, and we were very much oversubscribed. We've had to sadly reject some of the talks, which were good, but they weren't the absolute cream, which is what we've got. More than 50 talks. Very much looking forward to it. Is there anything else we need to say, Julie, while we're all here together?
I think that's it right now. Phoenix is a beautiful area where the hotel is located. It's a fantastic hotel, and there's lots of places to eat and play and go see around the hotel. So we're pretty excited to be back in Phoenix. It's a beautiful facility.
Yeah, and it's a direct flight from London as well, which is good on British Airways. We like it.
Excellent direct flight. And we should say that if you're into open SIPs, into Camma Ilio, into Free PBX, into Free Switch, and also this year new entrant CG rates and open source carrier grade billing environment are going to be there as well. If you're into any of that, then you should be along. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening in. James, particular thanks to you for participating all the way from England.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, and we will see everyone again soon, but we definitely hope to see you in Arizona, September 27th through the 29th. Talk to you then. Bye.